Hello, bienvenidos a todos. Welcome to Rosas y Pistolas, a Pasión de las Pasiones actual play. My name is Christina Sisto Kindle. I use any pronouns, and I'll be your director this evening. We are raising money for Rosas, the Refugee and Immigrant Center for Education and Legal Services. So, if you want to grant a player a condition to help us turn up the drama, hit that donate button. Pasión is a telenovela role-playing game by Brandon Leon Gambetta, where the players take on the role of characters in a popular telenovela. You can find the quick start over at Magpie Games' website, and that's what we'll be using to drive the drama here tonight. Our story takes place in a ranching community in Navarro City, Texas, in the late 1800s. This small town sprang up around the ranch of Michael and Ricardo Navarro and is flourishing on the banks of the Joshua River. As time pushes forward towards the turn of the century, the old ways of roving, riding, and ranching are starting to quiet down in Texas in favor of steam engines, industry, and oil. But good old Navarro City has been the same for at least a generation, and change is being embraced slowly, but the old ways, they're still going strong. Tonight's event has the town abuzz, a birthday party at the local dance hall. But before we dive into the drama, let's meet our characters. Please introduce yourselves, the character you'll be playing, and tell us what happened last time on Rosas y Pistolas. Who'd like to go first? All right, Friday, yeah.
Hi, I'm Friday, and I'm super happy to be here. In my day life, IRL, I am your perky neighborhood tea witch. I also have been really desperately wanting to play this game since I first heard that it was going to exist, and this is my first time getting to play a Pasión campaign, so I'm delighted to be here. I will be playing the young and world innocent Adoncia, recently a street urchin who has just managed to make her way up to the big time, bar backing at a nasty saloon and cleaning up other people's spit like a lady. Adoncia, last time on Rosas y Pistolas, was seen admiring her new uniform, the nicest dress she's ever laid her eyes on. Never mind that it's probably been worn by, tens, if not 20s of other women who have worked this position. It's the nicest thing she's ever had, particularly now that a secret admirer has left a single perfectly preserved rose on a table of hers that she will wear pinned to her bosom until her admirer reveals themselves.
Well, hello. My name is Reese. I am playing the role of Rosa Canta, and I am also the co-host and co-founder of TTRPG. Welcome to our channel. Thank you so much for watching. Rosa Canta is a saloon singer at the same place that Adoncia works. And before we got here today, she had an accident where it involved crashing her bandwagon into a bank. So we'll see what happens with that.
I suppose that I'll go next, and awesome, I'm not mute. That would have been a very fun way to start this campaign. I am Luciano Gonzalez Vega, and I am playing Ernesto Morazan. Ernesto is a scheming, dashing, and dastardly banker who has very recently, as of the last time an episode of the show went on, became the head of the bank, at least for the interim. He was very curious as to how the fallout from his ambitions were going to go until his, let's call her a friend, Rosa, crashed into the bank, because Rosa is the only person who knows how it is that he was able to become the head banker.
And hi, I'm Monroe, pronouns are he, they, and I'm playing Joaquin Hernandez, who happens to be Ernesto's twin brother that they just met, because he's new in town. And outside of this campaign, my first time playing Pasión, I am a TTRPG writer, editor, sensitivity reader, and game designer. And so he's new in town, and we're kind of just figuring it out from here. And last time on Pasión, they ended up at the same event, meeting face to face for really the first time. So we'll see how it goes.
Very excited.
I guess it's my turn. Hi, I'm Mo with pronouns of they, them, and she, her interchangeably. I am a tabletop content creator where I write, play, actual plays, and I just do a lot of stuff within tabletop communities. It's my first time playing Pasión, and I'm so excited. Makes me so excited. And I am playing Angel Navarro. Apparently has the same name as the city now. That we figured out. Oops. The El Caballero. They them pronouns. They are last time you saw Angel, they found a letter from someone coming into town, which is maybe an oil baron, and trying to undermine Ernesto. So they hold on to this information just a little bit because, just mail falls into your lap. You kind of read it. It happens.
So now that you all know what happened last time, let's start our opening title credits for this show that we all know and love, has been on for many seasons. The camera rolls over a seemingly endless field of yellow roses, crosses a river, and pans out over our small ranch town. You see a cowboy in silhouette riding across the screen, twirling a lasso that forms the words Rosas y Pistolas. The familiar theme strums as we see our characters bustling around their daily routines. The scenes play in a mosaic as the music swells, and then that camera zooms in on our first scene. Adoncia and Rosa, where do we find you?
Well, Adoncia and Rosa are roommates, best gal pals. We share a room at the boarding house across the street from the saloon where we work, I believe. And, it might be that time of day where we're getting ready to head to work, gussying ourselves up, admiring our fine dresses, getting ready to go charm some people, or at least clean up spit.
Charming people is the first goal, but cleaning up spit is part of the job. And unfortunately, on our way to our shift at the saloon, riding in our bandwagon, we ended up losing control and crashing into the bank. And this is very unfortunate because we're already running late because it took us so long to get ready. And now we have to deal with apologies and figuring out what we're going to do next in order to get to our shift at the saloon. And I am singing as the lead tonight, so I really can't miss this or else I won't be able to have my job anymore.
Making matters worse as you two are running out the door of the boarding house, the Jubilee House, getting ready to get to your jobs. The owner of the boarding house, Miss Betsy, kind of corrals you a little bit. Now, I know you said you needed an extension, but I'm going to need that dollar for your rent by the end of the week. Are you hearing me, ladies?
We're going to make that tonight.
Oh, yes, Miss Betsy. You need never worry. We're good for it.
All right. Well, God bless. And she kind of turns on her heel and kind of stalks down the hallway.
Can we have a description of Miss Betsy?
Absolutely. She's got a kind of very high, tight bun, blonde hair. She's wearing very conservative clothes, very buttoned up. She's always got an apron on, but she's always pristinely clean. She's the kind of local church lady. She is very involved there, but she runs the boarding house and also is co-owner of Where You Work, the saloon. So not only is she your landlady, she is also your boss. So complicated.
Well, that's handy because she knows how much money we make, and so she knows,
I thought we could get away from her knowing that stuff, but also, yes, the bandwagon crashed on the way there, and I know it's across the street, but we had a lot of things to carry because we have costume changes.
Oh, absolutely.
So, Ernesto, as the stagecoach crashes into your place of business, where do we find you?
So I am currently sitting in a private office atop the bank. The bank, in my head at least, is this nice little 2-story building where on the first floor, there's all the bankers who are doing their thing, trying to ward off any banditos who are trying to cause mischief while also trying to tend to the needs of the people of the town. And I, as the interim head banker, am currently vibing, or at least I was just vibing upstairs until I heard the commotion of the car crash, of the bandwagon crash. I can't imagine that wouldn't have alerted me since I'm in the building. And as I go down, I'm very curious to see who I'm going to be coming across and if I'm going to be able to start off my day by yelling at someone, which is something that I love to do.
Fantastic. Adoncia and Rosa, what kind of scene does Ernesto come upon?
Well, I know Adoncia is dramatically trying to help Rosa keep herself all together, smoothing down her skirts, making sure that her hair still looks nice. It wouldn't do to have Rosa, the star, showing up to our place of work looking a mess. And I mean, it's fine if I get messy. I don't mind. I'm behind the bar anyway. But I know she cares about her looks. So frankly, all over Rosa, a little over eagerly helping her keep straightened up. So maybe bodily blocking Rosa from passersby, including that wicked Ernesto, who never gave me a good feeling to begin with.
And while I'm trusting Alencia to completely make sure that my physical and outward appearance is okay, I am thinking of a way to try to explain ourselves out of this. While my hair and clothes are getting fixed, I'm looking at the damage and thinking of some sort of backstory that's going to make Ernesto not too mad at us.
And as the doors fly open and you see Ernesto framed against the bank, just the fanciest building in town, I think we're going to cut to what's happening with Joaquin, a familiar face that we've just seen, angry. Now we see a different side, Ernesto's twin Joaquin. Guess where do we find you?
Let's see. Since he just got here last season, he probably doesn't have any stable jobs yet. He just works around wherever he's needed, being as helpful as he possibly can. So I would say he's probably in the field somewhere working.
All right. So the ranch in town. So perhaps Angel, you might be here too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So the ranch in town is owned and run by the two town founders, Michael and Ricardo Navarro. They are both working alongside you as well, getting the cattle ready to go, making sure all of the cows have their food, their water. So that's, I think, where we find you.
Are these my cousins? Because we got the same last name.
You do have the same last name, so you're probably cousins with one of them. Who do you want to be cousins with? Ricardo or Michael?
Ricardo.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yes. So your cousin's ranch. Your cousin is they're both big rodeo fans as well. So Ricardo is he always has a 6-shooter on his hip, because he is a gunslinger and he does trick shots. So you can always see him like wanting to like go play, but he's like, no, it's work time. And Michael is very much the businessman in this relationship. So he's a one up early, ready to go. So what does morning work look like for Joaquin and Angel?
Let's see. Probably Joaquin is mostly handling the big cattle. He's kind of a bigger guy, tall, broad, getting his hands dirty, no problem.
I think Angel's probably. Do cattle have stables? Or are they in the field? Or are they just in a barn?
I've got like a barn situation, stable happening. There's probably horses too, so
Yeah,
there's
I think
a stable.
Angel's probably like helping out, cleaning then with just cleaning out the stalls and like laying down fresh hay and all that stuff. Because when you get them out, that's the perfect time to do so because they're out now, and you're like, okay, cool, you can start freshening things up.
As you are freshening things up and working, some of the other farmhands show up as well, and you start hearing the buzz about the birthday party that's happening tonight. And Michael is a little bit intense about making sure everything is really clean because the barn is going to be the dance hall for tonight's event. The local school teacher, Carl, it's their birthday, and the whole town is going to turn out to make sure to celebrate. But there's a lot of talk about, so who are you taking to the dance? Are you going to ask anybody? Another kind of new face in town, let's see, Ernesto, is going to ask you, Joaquin. So are you asking anyone to the big dance tonight?
At this point, Joaquin's probably made friends with one of the horses and is just like petting her face. You know, that Adoncia is really nice. I think I'll take her as friends, of course.
Ernesto's going to look at you and just be like, of course. Now, we wouldn't want anyone getting the wrong idea, after all. You're new in town, you're just getting your bearing. It's very important that you take some time to make the right introductions and to greet all the people equally before trying to settle roots.
I realize now I named one of my NPCs a PC name, and that's really confusing.
I was about to say, I was like, wait a second, hold on.
We're going to rename
Oh no,
this
we're
NPC.
also twins.
We're going to rename this NPC live to Abel.
Love that we're also twins, which made it more confusing.
Oh, so much more confusing. Wow.
Ernesto is everywhere. That's so sinister.
It's like the cat Trigon. You just see him like in every single like episode, no matter where you are.
Wow.
Ernesto just from off screen. Hello.
I think when you mention Adoncia, Abel is going to just be, wow, she's really pretty. Like, so pretty.
I never noticed, but you're right. She is really pretty.
So are you like gonna go to the bar and ask her today?
Oh, the party's tonight. I probably should, huh?
What time can I watch?
Sure. I probably after work, whenever we get off work.
Great. Hey, Angel, Joaquin's gonna go ask out Adoncia.
Buena suerte. You're gonna need it. And Adoncia's great though. You're gonna be fine. She's fantastic.
Yeah, I've talked to her a few times. She's really nice. I like her as like a friend. She's nice.
Yeah, I mean, I've pretty much grown up with Adoncia, so we know each other pretty well. So I think I'll be great. I think it'll be fine.
Okay. Yeah.
And I think Anja's gonna look at Abel and be like, "Don't be like that, yo. You know, like if they're gonna go as just as friends, then let's just as friends.
Okay.
Okay.
I still want to watch. Pick up some tips. I don't know. It's a
Don't you
small
need to
town.
go feed the horses? Get out of your shoe.
Ah, okay. And they take off toward the stable. Back at the bank, what is going on?
Who should start the scene? Because there's 3 PCs.
Yeah.
I feel like Ernesto just made a very bold entrance and we're kind of pulling ourselves together. So I don't know.
Ernesto just explodes through the door. And upon seeing you, I guess I'll take the lead and start the scene then, because that doesn't make sense. This is the fun of live television. You guys just see the door explode open, and Ernesto walks over to you and is like, well, what do we have here? Are you two up to some more mischief?
More mischief? What could you mean by that?
And then,
Senor, I'll have you know, I've never committed any mischief I didn't have to survive.
Ernesto turns to Adoncia and he just smirks at her. He's like, I bet that you haven't. Now, Adoncia, I expect this from, but Rosa, you need to know better than to go crash in your bandwagon wherever it seems to go.
I'm so sorry. I was caught up in the moment. I'm not used to driving very often. I would never mean to cause any property damage to you, sir.
Ernesto just chuckles.
Is there any way for you to forgive me? I can see that the damage isn't that bad, but we are headed to work and we're really trying to make our way in this town.
Ernesto looks you up and down, and he thinks for a second. You can sort of see the wheels turning in his eyes, the cogs turning in his brain. That's the expression in English. And after a few moments, he looks over at you and is like, I know that you and the little miss are almost late for work today, so I suppose I'll allow this to slide on the condition that you allow me to accompany you to the dance today.
Well, we can definitely go to the dance after our shift at the saloon, but as something that me and Adoncia can offer you is some free drinks at the bar to relieve your stress.
Ernesto quietly contemplates this for a few moments before nodding and ordering some of his friends who are just sort of lurking by the bank and have been watching you to go and assist you so that way you're not late. For right now, Ernesto is trying to be somewhat nice since Adoncia is here.
I guess you're not as brutish as I thought. Thank you.
I'm a very complex. Sorry. He looks over at her and smiles and he's like, I'm a very complex man, but I wouldn't want you all to lose your jobs or anything. And then you hear him quietly laugh.
Oh my God.
That's creepy. I don't see a blushes in a maiden-like fashion.
Two very distinct reactions there.
Can I whisper to Adoncia and Ernesto can't hear me? Adoncia, we better get out now before he says anything else. Let's go.
We don't want to be late. We owe money.
So, Ernesto, please kindly, if you could bring your associates now to bring us to work, that'd be amazing. And we'll figure this out later. We promise you won't lose our trust.
Ernesto nods at you, and he himself actually aids just a little bit. He's trying to look like a man of the people, even though he's very obviously someone who has money and is the Western equivalent of a made man.
We see the carriage, the costumes, the ladies, Ernesto and his we're going to Sicario, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and his Sicario move towards the town's saloon, which is called the Joyful Heart. Yeah, just across the street from the bank. As the dust kicks up, it flies our cameras back to the ranch, the Paradiso Ranch, where we find Joaquin and Angel. Middle of the day, the sun's getting high. What are you folks up to?
Do you think it's lunchtime, Joaquin?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
My body's saying yes.
Yeah. So I think they're probably sitting underneath the tree, like popped up in their pails and like probably eating lunch. Some sort of like tortillas and like refried beans. Just something to get through the day. And I think Angel is like looking over to Joaquin and just like side-eyeing him. And they're gonna be like, "Hey, can you keep a secret?"
I tend to forget most secrets that are told to me, so yeah.
Okay, perfect. And so out of like a pocket on a shirt, they pull out a little like letter, and they hold it over, and it's like, guess what is about to happen in this town?
A party tonight?
Yes, but also, and they're like waving it. There is going to be another oil baron in town. So, well, a new oil baron actually, because we don't have one, I don't think yet. And they might take out the bank. They're trying to like sweep in and flip this town upside down.
So people are gonna lose their jobs?
Lose their jobs, find a new job, and I guess it depends on how you look at it, but like I'm saying, like apparently we got money in the fields here. Like not like the cows, but like in the earth. And I think we might be in a business of getting rich if we hop on it soon.
So leave the ranch?
Not like right now, but like whenever the Wool Baron comes to town, we can definitely sign up to be number 1 and number 2.
So yeah, the two of us working together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I like working with you.
Yeah, I like working with you too, man. And they kind of like playfully like slap you with a piece of paper like on the arm before like they tuck it back into the shirt.
The letter itself is postmarked from San Antonio and is signed JP. But other than that, it is pretty cagey on who
there wasn't a Wentworth underneath that? A J? Oh, that's JG, never mind.
Close enough.
Yeah, you know. I think so, yeah.
And as you are eating your lunch under this tree, you have a good view of the road into town. And you see a horse with a single rider riding into town. The person on the back of the horse has a medical bag in their side saddle, I guess, saddlebags in their saddlebags. I know Western words in their saddlebags, and you can see the wind kind of whips off the hat. And we are going to have a dramatic zoom in on the character of Joe Sanchez, who is wearing rodeo attire, but appears to be a doctor. And he's going to kind of hail you two and just say, "Hello, hola.
¿Qué pasa?
My name is Joe. I'm the new doctor. Is this the Paradiso Ranch?"
Yeah?
It is.
Are you supposed to be here?
well, in the city, Novato City, is my new spot. Your mayor called a favor in, said y'all needed a doctor, so here I am.
Yeah, that's true. We don't have a doctor, so yeah, welcome. And Anna's gonna get up and about to raise her hand to shake because they realize they're grody. Wipe it on their pants real quick, and then off her head. Anna Navarro, nice to meet you.
Joe Sanchez, it's a pleasure.
And I'm gonna I have a handkerchief around my neck, and I'm just gonna use it to clean my hands, and then put my hand out. Joaquin Hernandez, sir.
Joaquin, good to meet you. So, what do folks do for fun around here? Is it just cows and fields and?
I mean, we got a saloon. Oh, and there's a party tonight. You should probably come to it.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Great.
It is being hosted at a location that I forgot.
In the barn. It's gonna be here actually at the barn.
Oh, is it? Is it? Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be in the barn later tonight. You should come on by.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll put on my best boots.
Get to know the people of the town. Yeah.
Thanks for the warm welcome. I'll see you both there. And he's gonna tip the hat that somehow found its way back into his hands and get back on that horse and ride into town.
Oh man, it's about time we had a horse, huh? Like a doctor, huh? Joaquin? Oh, you weren't here. We had a doctor about a year ago.
How have you lasted without a doctor? Has no one gotten hurt?
Oh, nobody gotten hurt. Let's just say we do what we can. And sometimes it's not enough, but you know what? We try.
Okay. I guess it's better than nothing. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you just rub some dirt in it. It's fine. It'll clog everything up.
Just glad I'm not the only new person here.
Yeah, you're not the new one anymore. You got someone else who can take the title. You're fine. Yeah.
I think the camera follows the horse into town, and we see it kind of roll down the main street of our town. You see a number of buildings. You see a general store. You see the rodeo grounds off in the distance. You see the Jubilee House, the boarding house, which we've already seen. We see a city hall, and I think the camera zooms in on the joyful heart. The doors fly open, and what do we see? What do we see there? It's about lunchtime. I don't see Rosa, Ernesto. Yeah. Where do we find you?
Yeah, don't see. We're all together, right?
Well, sure, at our different positions. Alencia is elbow deep in cleaning up mud on the floor and slopping all leftover drinks into a big bucket to, hand out to drunks at the end of the night for extra tips. So glamorous, but she is in her very pretty dress with her little flower from her secret admirer.
Well, Rosa is backstage, which really isn't much of a backstage in a dirty Western saloon. So it's kind of like the back kitchen that has a little bit of a curtained closet area, so I can touch up my makeup and warm up my voice before I get on stage.
Question: did Rosa specifically ask for that whenever she moved into town? She's like, I need a space to do my singing.
Of course she did.
Good to know. Good to know.
She's doing this town a favor. She's actually pretty famous in other places, but she's in her luck right now.
And she deserves the best. Okay.
While you're getting ready, people start to kind of stream in for the lunch hour. Folks are excited, and again, the town is abuzz about the dance. And Adolcia, who are your current suitors again?
Ooh, I am working with, well, Rosa is one of my suitors, and Ernesto.
Yes.
These are my two suitors.
That is right.
Although I think I'm really consciously aware that that's the deal. I have this lovely, beautiful rose from a mystery admirer, and I really, really like Rosa a lot. And Ernesto reminds me so of my dear friend Joaquin in moments when he's not totally terrible. That's kind of where I stand with people right now. But yeah, actively in the playbook, my suitors are Ernesto and Rosa.
The owner of the general store is going to make her way into the saloon. Her name is Lainey, and they are a German immigrant, new to the United States. A few years ago, they came here with their wife Celia, and unfortunately, Celia passed away on a cattle drive a few years ago. It was a very big story 2 seasons back. Was Celia and Lainey. So she's kind of this recurring character, this dramatic character, and she will come in and just quietly order a drink from you, Adoncia. Just something light, nothing too heavy.
Question, does she have kind eyes?
She does. She does have very kind eyes, but they are sad.
Oh, even better. Adoncia will go ahead and pour her a little water with a little bit of, some of the high shelf apple cider in it, and maybe a little splash of the secret rose water we keep for special occasions, because she seems so sad.
She notices and appreciates, gives you a nod and smile. Thanks, Adoncia. You always know how to cheer me up.
Do what I can. Give her a little pat on the hand.
Oh, well, so you had a lot of people ask you to the dance tonight?
Oh, me? No, heavens no. I can't imagine anyone who might.
Oh, well, but I could think of a few. I wonder if you don't have a date and I don't have a date and Rosa doesn't have a date, and maybe we could all three go. I don't know. I was just thinking, us shop girls, kind of.
Gal pals out for a night?
Yeah.
I love a night with my gal pals. I'd be happy to.
Should I go ask Rosa? Is she about to do her set?
Oh, she surely is. But, I think if we ask her after, I don't know. I know Ernesto had expressed an interest in going with Rosa, but I don't know if she's tied to that plan. It might just be you and me.
Oh. Sure. That works for me.
Well, if you have no objection, I mean, I know I'm not the greatest company, but I can turn you around the dance floor a time or two, at least.
Yeah, that sounds great. I'll see you tonight then. Should I pick you up?
That sounds lovely. Just give me a moment after my shift to freshen up my hair and wash my hands.
Okay. Yeah. I'll see you then.
Wonderful.
She slides her glass across the bar and makes a pretty swift exit. Yeah.
Such a nice person. So friendly.
Rosa, it's about time for your set. Ernesto, are you joining in to watch the music? And what about Joaquin y Angel? Are you joining for the show that Rosa puts on?
Ernesto is actually going to be joining, but he is not going to make a scene. This is not a moment where he feels like being the center of attention. So he'll quietly sit in the salon, order lunch, and just relax in the background.
If it's after the workday, Joaquin would be in the saloon probably.
Oh.
Whenever time it is.
Sure. I think we can kind of. I'd love to get you all together in the same place. If
We can
that's
say
all
it's
right
an
with
early
you.
day or something. Everybody's like, oh yeah, go leave, get ready for the party, and like, so we got released early or something.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I look over at Angel and I go, I'll treat you to a cider.
You know, I never say no to a drink.
All right.
Come on, let's go.
You're joined in the let's see. Abel also joins you. He's going to take his hat off and kind of brush off his clothes and just watch from the back, as well as the town reporter Belle Yu. She's going to be in the back, kind of taking notes, finishing up the weekly roundup for this week. Just a kind of local paper of the goings on. As Rosa's set starts. Rosa, what does your set look like? Or sound? What kind of songs are you singing for everyone?
They are going. My songs are very much ballad love songs with a little bit of country to it. They are songs that everyone would know the lyrics to. But, of course, I have to do some of the classic traditional songs of our area.
And with your set, are you trying to send a message, or I'm trying to frame this like a telenovela. Are you watching anyone in particular, or are you just kind of performing for the sake of performing?
I'm performing for love. I feel that through the sound of my voice, I'm able to make the audience fall in love with me.
Rosa, are you expressing your love passionately, would you say?
Always with passion. Sometimes I don't even know who it's directed towards. I'm just waiting for someone to hear the sweet sound of my voice and come to me with their profession of love.
All right. So, Rosa, are you dressed to impress?
Always. It depends on what night of the week I'm performing, but on a special night like this, of course, I'm wearing all red with my red lipstick and my hair tossed to the side with a beautiful ros por mi rosa.
And does your audience believe that you are single?
Yes, of course. The thing about being a stage presence is you have to make yourself seem available. But the truth is, I am available.
All right. And you're most certainly the center of attention since you're performing. So can you go ahead and make a roll and go ahead and add +3?
Both sixes?
Yeah, both sixes and then add +3.
8.
8. Okay. So that is a hit. So your target gives themselves to you or reveals a secret they probably shouldn't. So the audience loves you. So keep that in mind, folks. Everyone kind of falls a little bit in love with Rosa.
Quick question. What is the energy of the song? Is it slow? Is it like an upbeat song?
It's slow enough to have the ballad type romantic feelings.
Oh, okay.
It's upbeat enough for me to be able to dance and sway my hips.
Love it.
At this point, given how my day has gone, I would like to go forward towards Ernesto because I want him to be super sure that I really did not mean to crash into the bank.
Ernesto just gives you a look, and it's a smile. It's an almost genuine smile. It's the nicest most people have seen Ernesto, and with a knowing look, you can tell that he doesn't think that this was an attack. It was just a very funny accident.
So then what happens?
Well, the whole bar is kind of enthralled by your performance. You see everyone just clapping and cheering. Belle is scribbling furiously in her notebook. You can see her like already just writing a column about Rosa's performance, and we have a star in our midst. You can see the headline now in the one-page town newspaper. Ernesto, what do you do? This seems very focused. How are you feeling?
Ernesto is feeling mildly amused, and at the moment, I have a feeling that if there's a sort of like quiet link between the two of them, Rosa could probably tell that Ernesto doesn't have his eyes set on her specifically, on someone probably in her sphere of influence, because I have a feeling that they're having like a sort of quiet conversation with their eyes, especially because the two of them actually know each other. They're not enemies or anything, even if they're not quite friends. So this is a conversation of two people who are both a little bit dubious and both have a lot of things that they don't want to say out loud, but are willing to communicate with their eyes.
So, sometimes when you're watching a telenovela, there's a little bit of like voiceover of we're hearing what the person is thinking. Are we hearing what you're thinking, Ernesto?
Yeah.
The audience?
I think that the audience would know, and I definitely think that Rosa would know, because this was a performance that was meant for a lot of people, but certain people here probably got more of a message than other people.
So can we do a voiceover thing?
Yeah. Do you want to start then, since this was your performance?
Rosa has suspicion that there's other people that want to ask Adoncia to the dance. And while she's jealous for having Adoncia taken away from her, she's also jealous because no one else will ask her. So she used her seductress sing-songing to try to get her way. And the first person she thought to go after was Ernesto.
Ernesto did like Ernesto, as like the camera pans over to him, you like the audience is reminded of the fact that Ernesto did ask both of them, but looking into her eyes, or looking into his eyes, there's a moment where it's like, would you like to go to the dance with me? Where it's obvious that Ernesto is interested in double dipping in terms of his romantic interests, so to speak. And also you can hear his like internal laughter as he thinks about all the different ways that this could go down. Even being rejected isn't necessarily a bad thing to Ernesto.
Can I interject real quick? I think as they're getting closer to each other, like Rosa's going up to Ernesto and stuff, I think Angel's gonna cut in and move in and twirl Rosa real quick, just do and lets her go, and they're like, great song set today, and just keeps on going, just to break their eye lock just for a quick second. And Angel gives a wink and walks away.
For a moment, the camera flashes back to Ernesto, and there's a flash of obvious anger. Ernesto's face is usually like a cool, somewhat cruel mask, but there's something about Angel that just gets under Ernesto's skin, and even newcomers to the show would sense the obvious tension in the room with how much Ernesto hates Angel specifically.
Oh my God. Rosa has no words. She's just looking around and smiling.
And that's it. That's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to do a quick break the eye contact and only hey, there's other people. Dun, 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 dun.
Rosa, you're going to mark the condition lustful, thanks to one of the donors in our chat. So that's going to be on your sheet. And mechanically, what happens if you are marked 4 or more conditions, each character playbook has a meltdown point. So if you want to see a meltdown, go ahead and click that link. And that will happen. That will give you a +1 to express your love and a -2 to process your feelings. So just so you know, that's what's going on for Rosa. Okay. How's the rest of the saloon doing? Joaquin, Adoncia?
Positively entranced, but momentarily alarmed because what if a fight breaks out?
Joaquin is just watching. He's probably snacking on like the bar peanuts or whatever. Thoroughly enthralled. But like it's a show. Enjoying it.
And I think Angel's just like dancing around because I guess there's like someone's playing piano now at this point because it's interluding, and it's just kind of like dancing around and just like having a good time, cider in hand, just having about.
Ernesto is quietly enjoying the moment, even though, like, when he thinks about Angel, there's just like those little flicks and flickers of anger.
The doors. Go for it.
I was gonna ask where Adoncio's currently at.
Oh, behind the bar, but very much one of these big heart eyes, just watching Rosa be entrancing like she is. I'm so proud of my beautiful, enchanting, talented friend.
And I think Angel sort of like pops at the bar and he's like, Doncita, how are you?
Angel, hi. Oh, I'm doing great. Isn't Rosa just incredible? Every time.
Oh, yeah, she's... Yep, she is.
I saw your dance. That was so nice.
Are
you going to the barn dance later?
I wouldn't miss it.
Excellent. Will you save me a dance?
Oh, of course. Who? You going anybody yet, do you know?
Well, what's her name? Was their name Lainey?
Yes, Lainey.
Okay. Yes. Lainey stopped by and suggested we get a group of friends to all go together.
Oh.
That sounded mighty fine.
Yeah, that sounds great. And I think Angel's gonna look over at Joaquin, just like,
oh, a group of friends. That would be great. Can I join?
Oh, I don't see why not, Joaquin. You're always a delight to dance with at a barn dance, a social.
Yeah, I'd love to offer you and Lainey a dance. That'd be great.
Lovely. Well, we're meeting here after work. Just take a minute to wash my hands and freshen up my hair.
Sounds lovely.
there is such a look of disappointment on Angel's face as they're just sipping they turn their back to them and just like sip their cider and just sigh because they were trying to do the thing.
Yeah, Adoncia doesn't even notice.
Yeah.
Neither does Joaquin.
Nah. I think we're very happy with our friendship, like group date arrangement. Like, this seems fine.
Angel, are you acting with desperation or?
I don't think it's desperate, but like, I don't think it was desperate for what they're doing. I think it was just more like, hey, you two, no, okay, all right, well.
Okay, I won't force a roll. Great. As the piano music continues, the doors are going to dramatically swing open, and you see in silhouette Joaquin and Angel. You both already met Joe. But the rest of you will see a man in kind of very traditional cowboy attire, dark skin, like a large cowboy hat, and carrying a doctor's bag. And he'll walk in and kind of, you'll see the boots like click, click on the floor, and the door swings behind me. He's like, I hear this is where the action is.
God, I love he has a cheesy line when he walks in. It's so good.
A little swoon behind the bar. Hello. Goodness. I don't see I was going to shaky hands, just pour this man a drink out of impulse or just reaction, just instinctively pour this man a whiskey.
Thank you, darling. He'll take it and start sipping. And just kind of walk a perimeter around the room. Yeah.
Ernesto is quietly watching in the background. Did you say that this man has like a doctor's bag? Would Ernesto recognize that at a glance? Is that something that we all would recognize without like any sort of additional knowledge?
Yeah, I think so. It's got like a red cross on it, the black leather. It's pretty iconic.
Yeah. So Ernesto is by himself, and in this moment, he is quietly cussing because he has a band of sicarios, which for those of you who don't speak Spanish, is the Spanish word for hitmen / just like dirty gangster people. It's not actually the Spanish word for gangster, but at this moment, he's just like, shit, I wish that one of my guys was here so that way we could figure out more about this doctor.
Oh.
Are you getting in here, Rosa?
Well, Ernesto didn't say it out loud, but I was always thinking that he was a dirty banker.
I mean, it's true. You understand him.
And Rosa, you know how Ernesto came to be in the position he is, right?
Yep.
Forgot.
That's right.
I know, but I don't remember how. But
was this the moment? Yeah, you are the person who knows.
Yes. Yeah. At some point, we could do a flashback to reveal a shocking truth, if that's something you would want to do.
You flashback.
Is that what we're doing, Rosa?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So at the end of the last episode was the moment in which Ernesto became the interim head banker of the town's only bank. And the particular method by which he did that was not quite an assassination, but he and his buddies got their hands dirty and they went and they attacked the previous head banker. But ahead of time, they had gotten rid of the town's last doctor, which was the reason why the attack on the head banker was so bad, because there wasn't someone who was there to help him recuperate. And the reason why it is that Rosa knows this is not something that I know, although Ernesto is aware of the fact that Rosa knows.
Rosa, how did you find out, do you think?
Well, I don't talk about it much, but I saw the whole thing happen, and because it was such a traumatic experience, I try to remove it from my mind. But for some reason, Ernesto saw me in the corner, but I ran away really quickly. But it's a small town, and he found me later, and I have been continuously trying to charm him ever since, so I don't get up in cahoots with his gang.
Okay. So I think we see the scene play out of Rosa kind of in black and white, Rosa behind the saloon watching as you see this takedown happen with Ernesto Sicarios in the dead of night with the moon above just casting light. And we see the shocked face of Rosa as she watches this scene play out. And we watch as Ernesto, takes the keys to the bank and puts them in his pocket and walks away. Ernesto, you're going to mark a condition, but before acting against you, other players must roll with desperation because you revealed that shocking truth.
Yeah. Remind me again which condition I mark.
You get to choose.
Okay.
So the reason I chose for Rosa before was because someone donated specifically for that condition. But you get to choose which condition you mark. So
would you like for me to declare it and its effects, or is that a secret that I should keep?
If you'd like to declare it, you can. It might be interesting mechanically for folks who are watching and wanting to learn how to play.
Yeah. So I've actually been in the chat, like mentioning things here and there, but it's difficult to be both a player and also in the chat at the same time. So the condition for those curious that I am going to mark, because I think it fits thematically with the episode so far, especially with what Angel just did, is I'm going to mark the raging condition. And I'm also going to go ahead and declare what that does. So that way, anyone who wants to get Pasión de las Pasiones for themselves and is learning from this can actually see it. I'm going to gain a +1 if I roll to strike out, and I'm going to get a -2 if I roll to spot something. So what Angel did upset me so much that even though I'm keeping it under wraps right now, there's a chance that later on this will come back and give me an advantage if I decide to use violence against someone later on. Yeah.
Okay. Is there, so we've got our scene set in the bar. We've got some new folks in town. We've got you all together. I think that everyone is still buzzing about the dance, and people are starting to go leave and go get ready. You see Belle packing up her reporter bag, and she'll kind of give everyone a wave as she heads out. You see Joe kind of watching her. He's kind of checking everybody out and is not being very subtle about any of it. And I think he's going to come and join Adoncia and Joaquin at the bar and just kind of say, "Can I get a refill?"
He hasn't been very subtle about like looking around. I think it's entirely possible that Adoncia might think that maybe possibly this handsome and mysterious newcomer might someday consider finding her slightly attractive. There's at least not a chance that someone could decide to love her, even though she's from the streets. So yeah, she'll make very big eyes, like even more than usual, and pour him a little slower of a shot and give him the opportunity to make a move if that's a thing that he wants to do, maybe.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, I think he's going to kind of lean in and just ask. It almost looks like he's going to really lay it on thick. But he kind of looks between you and Joaquin and just kind of lowly, in a low voice, says, "So I came to this town because a friend of mine lives here, an old friend from long ago. Do y'all know Ricardo?"
Yeah, I work on his farm.
Oh, yeah? How's he doing?
Good, working. He doesn't like working, but he does it.
That sounds like him. Well, hasn't changed a bit. Are you going out to that barn tonight, that barn dance?
I'm off work soon, and I suppose I will. Yes.
Your dance card empty?
Well, it's not full.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. And he'll kind of turn to, he'll just kind of slide a card with his name. He has business cards. Like, this guy's fancy. He'll slide a business card to you, Adoncia, and he'll turn to you, Joaquin. How about you? How's your dance card looking?
Oh my god.
Joaquin he perks up and he goes, it's also not full. We're Doncia and I and a few other friends are going, like as friends. It'd be great to see you there, Doctor, and get a dance.
We're friends.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think Angel comes up down and like, yes, they're just friends. And like places their glass on the counter.
How about you, friend?
I go wherever the wind blows.
Good place to be, but don't let it blow too hard. You'll end up around the tumbleweeds. Got to settle sometime.
I mean, it's not the first time I'm found in tumbleweeds. If you know what I'm saying.
Tumbleweeds or Tinder. I broke character.
On hell.
Oh yeah, I've pulled them out of tumbleweeds plenty of times before.
It's true. Sometimes you just get really drunk and you just find yourself wandering into the desert. Yeah.
It's a mighty flattering picture you paint.
I like to have a good time. I don't hold myself back.
Well, it's good to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Joe.
Well, re-meet, I guess.
Or I should say, do you prefer Joe or Doctor?
Oh, either one. Either one works. Well, Joe when I'm not in my, coat, but I hope you'll never have to call me Doctor.
I mean, I wouldn't mind calling you Doctor.
Well.
The sexual tension in this room.
He's gonna slide a business card to you too. Hope there's not too many people in this town. I'll be out of cards. I'll see you tonight. Angel, Joaquin. I didn't catch your name.
Aloncia.
Beautiful. All right. And he'll tip his hat and start to make his way out of the saloon, and he will definitely meet your eyes, Ernesto. Watching him on his way out.
Wait.
I'm going to say that Ernesto is doing what he was doing earlier. He's making no attempt to hide his interest. He doesn't say anything, and there's no hostility, at least towards the doctor, in his eyes. But it's an open stare. It's the stare of someone who's just like, I've got my eyes on you.
When he leaves, Joaquin just turns back to Adoncia and Angel and goes, he's such a nice man.
So nice.
Oh my
I think
so elegant.
I think Angel's like, adios, meow. Can I get another drink, please?
Sure. Aloncia lazily pours a drink, very distracted, spilling some on the counter.
So nice, and such a nice face.
I'm going to point out that I love that this doctor is brand new in town, sees two identical twins, and doesn't comment on it, especially because we're in the same room. Beautiful.
Reese,
He
what were you
was busy,
gonna say?
okay?
Sorry.
He was very busy.
That's
Sorry,
true.
my brain is just thinking about something way beforehand. Does he ever drink the drink?
You put back 2, yeah?
At least 1.5. I think he left a little, just to kind of show off, like, yeah, I can afford it. And he left some money on the bar as well.
Into the slop bucket, but with panache. Out of respect.
That's all I had.
Is there anything that folks want to do before the sun goes down and we go to commercial?
I mean, the next big event is the opening for me, at least.
I think I want to do one more thing on how sort of like where is Rosa? Is she still talking to Ernesto, or did she walk away?
Like she talked to Ernesto, and then it got kind of weird after asking him to the dance. So she was like, "Okay, I'm gonna go backstage and take off my costume," and hasn't been back.
Oh, okay.
She's somewhere else.
I was gonna have Angel pop in on her, but that might be good awkwardness. I don't know if you're down for that or not.
I mean, you can knock on the curtain.
I'll knock on the post by the curtain.
Yeah, just
the curtain's like woof woof woof.
Yeah, I think yeah, the scene cuts to like Angel sort of like scooting backstage. They know Angel. They don't care. I mean, they do care, but they don't care. You know, like
not creepy.
Like, yeah. And I think it's just like a lazy like sort of on the post.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, it's Angel. By the way, I just wanted to say great work today earlier.
Oh, gracias, Angel. I appreciate it so much.
Yeah. Are you decent, or you?
I'm wearing my satin robe that was gifted to me by my dear friend Adoncia. You want to see it?
I mean, if you're offering.
It's okay. I'm decent.
Okay. I know they didn't want to open the curtains just like why while she was changing. So that's why they asked.
Yeah, what you want to talk about? I'm just getting my stuff together, getting ready to go to the dance. What you up to?
Who are you gonna dance with?
Ernesto.
Oh, Ernesto. Okay. Let me see.
So everyone sounds so disappointed.
That's just what my Spanish accent sounds like. Just
in Spanish all the time. I mean, that's good for you, catching that eye.
Oh yeah, I was a little afraid to ask, but I just didn't want to go alone.
That's fair. Well, can I save me a dance? Save me a dance? However you want to do cards or whatever.
Yes, come find me, save me a dance. I'd love to dance with you.
All right, well, see you there. And just does like an awkward finger gun situation and just like leaves.
Hasta luego, baby.
Yay!
I think the camera slides up over the town, and we see the dirt roads, dusty as stagecoaches and wagons start the ascent up the road to the barn, where there are beautiful kind of lanterns and candles all lit. It's a very romantic atmosphere. The fields of yellow roses surrounding the barn. And you see the whole town has turned out to wish Carl a happy birthday. They're at the center of the center of the barn, kind of greeting everybody. There is a cake, which is extremely extravagant, that is about as large as the table, and the whole town will be partaking. How are you all? Are you all getting there? I know, Rosa, your wagon is unfortunately out of commission.
Well, the thing about it is, I asked the perfect person to go with me because he has people that can pick me up in their special carriage.
So Ernesto arrives in a little stagecoach over where Adoncia and where Rosa live, and he appears. I don't know if this is the moment where you want us to describe our outfits.
Ooh, you know what? Let's just have the stagecoach pull up, and we see one boot get out in the dust, and we'll do an outfit reveal after commercial.
Ooh, costume change.
So
Costume change.
So we'll see like the back of Rosa's head walking out of the boarding house to this fancy stagecoach. If you'd like to describe the stagecoach, please go ahead.
Sure. So there is a black horse that is utterly enormous driving the stagecoach. There's a slightly smaller horse to the left, but anyone who works in the town and is familiar with the town recognizes the utterly massive horse as the personal horse of Ernesto, a horse that you only see usually when there is violence about to occur, a local harbinger of despair, so to speak. This horse actually would have been seen on the day that Rosa saw the attack on the previous head banker, but that horse was not actually there when the violence went down. It was just the horse that carried all of the attackers to the bank. And the stagecoach itself is just a red, almost modern for the era looking stagecoach. English is my second language, and it's usually not obvious, but sometimes it is. The horse does have an epic name, but I'm not going to reveal it right now because the horse isn't relevant yet. And when the door opens and reveals someone's boot, it is a black boot.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm going to let that tension just ring in the air and cut to how Adoncia, Joaquin, Angel, and Lainey. How are you all getting to the dance? The four of you.
Well, Lainey indicated that they'd come pick me up. So Aloncia is just going to kind of hang by the window of the boarding house and wait and sort of play with her little rose and wonder if someday maybe, a real admirer might actually reveal themselves and what that would be like, and just kind of daydream about what if someone actually wanted to romance me.
Lainey will pull up in their flat wagon that they use for shipping because she owns the general store. So she has to haul a lot of things from the train station a couple miles away back to Navarro City. But she's tried to spruce it up a little bit. You see, she's picked some wildflowers and kind of stuck them to the side. They've wilted a little bit. Maybe they did this kind of early in the day. So it's an effort, but it's not fairy tale. So they'll pull up in this wagon and just wave. Adoncia, hello. Are you still joining me?
Lainey, I'm so thrilled you're here. Your wagon looks beautiful. You've done it up so nice.
Oh, thank you. It got a little hot, and you like it?
Oh, I adore it. In these hot afternoons, it's so difficult to keep flowers alive, but you chose some real nice ones, and they look lovely even when they're all softened like that.
Thanks, Adoncia. You always know just the right thing to say.
Well, I invited Joaquin and Angel to join us since we were planning on traveling in a friend group originally, and Rosa has made other plans. I hope you don't mind.
No, absolutely not. I love them. Hi, Angel. Hi, Joaquin.
Hey, Lainey, how are you?
I tips my hat.
Wow. Wow. Friends. Yes. Big friend group. I love it. Great. Well, shall we get going?
Oh, Les, it's going to be quite an event.
I think Angel's going to hop in and offer Doncia a hand to get in.
Why, thank you, Angel.
Oh, yeah, no, Joaquin's going to come up and kind of like behind her and be like, puts his hands gently like around your waist. May I?
Oh, Joaquin, thank you.
And kind of hoist her up onto the wagon.
It's a little awkward and stumbly, but Adoncia is very courteous about it and doesn't let it show.
I think Angel, like, once Adoncia's not looking at them, looks over Joaquin's like, that's not how you do it. Like, sort of like mouths that to him.
Adoncia like almost falls over, but doesn't quite.
I didn't want her shoes to get dirty.
Get in.
Okay.
As the wagon and the stagecoach respectively carry you all to our barn dance shindig. I think we're going to take a break, but stick around. After the break, we'll be doing outfit reveals, so don't change that channel, and we'll see you in a bit. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Rosas y Pistolas. Our commercial break has finished, and we're jumping right back into the drama. We've raised $65 already for Rosas, so thank you so much, everybody, for donating. And if you want to impose a condition on one of our lovely players, you can go ahead and hit that donate button, and we'll see where the drama takes us. For now, we see those winding country roads leading towards the Paradiso Ranch, owned by Michael and Ricardo Navarro, where Joaquin and Angel work. We see the barn scrubbed up, lit up, and beautiful, flowers everywhere. You hear a banda playing, dance music. There's food, this delicious smells of like roasting meat and roasting chiles and vegetables are just kind of floating on the air. And the town has turned out in their Sunday best. Everyone is ready to dance. Even Miss Betsy has let her hair down just a little bit, and as the camera zooms over, I think we see the wagon arriving with Joaquin, Angel, and Adoncia and Lainey. What are y'all wearing to the barn dance?
Joaquin is wearing the only nice outfit he has. It's the only one he traveled with. It's like a powder blue jacket with a sort of matching, like it's like a light brown hat with like a matching blue band around it, and some kind of brown worn chaps with like dark jeans underneath, and a white shirt with a bolo tie.
Well, Aloncia is also wearing powder blue, which happens to also be her one nice outfit, aside from her uniform, which is just too nice to wear to a dance. And, otherwise also Miss Betsy might be upset if she sees her out and about in her uniform. So Aloncia has a single, very simple, but in pretty good repair, little blue dress, not too little, not scandalous, but, a little, it's kind of fetching. It's kind of coy. It's kind of cute. And as always, pinned to her breast, she has the rose from her secret admirer, who day by day she's beginning to doubt really exists because no one's made a move that she's noticed. And she thinks she may have misunderstood this, but she's wearing it in hopes.
And I think Angel has a nicer hat than they usually wear, not their usual work hat. So it's like a more of a matte black with a red velvet sort of like rope around the top. And their hair's out of their braids and actually down and like sort of just cascading over her shoulder.
Mm.
Yeah. And they have like a white button up, but the sleeves are rolled up to the elbows, like a dark maroon vest, and then like a black bolero tie with a little silver pendant, and black slacks and boots.
Everyone's dressed so fancy. I love it. Lainey is kind of wearing a prairie print floor-length dress. It's a work dress that she's added lace to make it fancy. And it's a little worn around the edges, but she's made sure that those seams are nice and tight. And she pulls up the wagon to the dance. She's gonna try and give Adoncia her hand, and kind of looks at you, Joaquin, because and Angel just like don't even. A little bit of fierceness in her face.
I think with that look, Angel actually like pats Joaquin on the shoulder and just like pushes him out, just to like. They know, but Joaquin probably is as dense as a brick. So they're like, nope, come on.
Okay.
It's
Let's
okay.
go get a drink, come on.
Aloncia is also dense as a brick, so she didn't notice any of that. Her eyes are just full of sparkles, gazing at the lights, at the cake, and all this finery. She's never seen such a scene. So she'll take Lainey's hand gratefully and step on down with her friends.
Also, Joaquin, being oblivious to Lainey's like glare, just like tips the hat and being like, "You look lovely, Lainey."
Lainey just blushes furiously, but will kind of look over to Adoncia like, "Oh no, confused." Thank
And
you.
I think as Angel is like pushing Joaquin inside, I think they look back and like, wine, beer, tequila. What do you want? We'll get it ready for you.
Well, maybe just one tequila. It is a special event.
Tequila, Lainey?
It always helps my dancing.
All right, come on, Joaquin. I'm gonna get some tequila shots for them.
Yeah.
And I think as we see this, I don't know, not trio, this group enter the barn, the black carriage pulls up behind and settles, and we see Ernesto and Rosa as well. What are you two wearing?
Rosa, would you like to go first?
Well, Rosa only dresses all up or not at all. So she decided to wear white to this party, and it's an off-the-shoulder ruched top with a cascading, tight waistline cascading down in an A-line, long enough to almost be a gown, but you can still see her boots. And she decided to wear a scarf that was given to her by her abuela that matches the same. And of course, she has to have a beautiful headpiece, so why not a pink flower crown?
And Ernesto is wearing a black 3-button sport coat with a long-sleeved white guayabera underneath. For those of you who are unfamiliar, a guayabera is a man's summer shirt, and it is distinguished by 2 vertical rows of closely sewn pleats running down the front and back of the shirt. And in addition to those, he's also wearing a red silk cravat, which is sort of like a bandana, and a cowboy hat and black cowboy boots. And as he leaves the carriage that he brought over here, he just sort of looks around and starts taking stock of the scenario that he's in and all of the people that he feels like he should go and talk to before the night is out.
I'm curious, how was that ride over between you two?
How
What
do
did you
think
talk
it?
about? What did you talk about?
Well, Ernesto is the sort of person who he'll talk a lot when he feels like it's his time. And he definitely enjoyed having a chance to talk to Rosa and to hear about a terrible fright that she had the other night and learn about what sort of an ordeal she went through while she was by herself.
Yes, and these talks were had in a very coded manner because we didn't want to inform anyone else in the car, but we were able to acknowledge the existence of the issue in the most polite, dandidly way possible.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that Ernesto enters the party feeling satisfied with the conversation because he did think of Rosa as a little bit of a wild card for knowing what she knew, and he's not the sort of person who will do violence on a whim, but he is extremely dangerous. So he was definitely ready for something to happen tonight, but for now he's satiated.
As you enter the party, you see again the banda, the dance floor is already full of people twirling and spinning. The drinks are flowing. The birthday human is being celebrated. they have like 2 different beers that people have like shoved into their hands. Like, here you go, enjoy. They had a piece of cake that someone also had handed them, and just kind of overwhelmed by the scene. You see Miss Betsy doing a very prim dance in the corner, and she is dancing with Father Fernando, the priest, the town priest, and Michael and Ricardo are tearing up the floor in a very passionate dance, and you can see Joe is here as well, and he's kind of like walking around the perimeter, not really making eye contact with anyone, but you can tell that he is watching Michael and Ricardo very closely. What do you all like to do?
I look over at Rosa and I quietly say, I look over at her and I'm like, would you like to have this dance now that now that we've said all that we need to say?
Sure, I'd love to have this dance. Baila.
Are you, either of you, expressing your love passionately? Do you think?
I'm going to say that Ernesto isn't, but he's definitely enjoying this particular moment.
All right.
This is platonic, like a date where you have fun, but you don't really want to go on it again.
Yeah, and I think that vibe is definitely picked up. And you will feel a tap on your shoulder, Rosa. And the doctor, Joe, is going to just tap and just say, can I cut in?
So I've already been dancing with Ernesto, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Have we met? I'd love to dance, but what is your name?
Joe Sanchez. I've met your date before, though.
Oh?
Well, Joe Santos, why don't we go dance and we can talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah. No, I'm definitely not the, farm boy type. You know what I mean?
Then what type are you?
Well, more those are very nice clothes for a farmer, I must say.
Oh, I'm not a farmer, but you still didn't tell me what you are.
Oh, I'm the new town doctor. No, I know you're not a farmer, darling. I was talking to your date.
Oh, and in this moment, for the camera flashes over to Ernesto, and all of a sudden there is a moment of intense clarity. He doesn't quite laugh, but his grin is very clever. He looks over at Dr. Joe and he's like, "It's nice to see you again." Just taking advantage of the moment. And then he flashes a look over to Rosa and he smiles. And he looks back to Dr. Joe and he's like, "I know that these are nice clothes for a dancer, but I received a nice inheritance once. And I decided to splurge on an outfit perfect for moments like this."
Well, you have excellent taste.
He looks over at Dr. Joe and he thinks for a second and then he's like, "Save me a dance later." And he decides to let Rosa, he politely lets Rosa dance with Dr. Joe, not making a scene just yet.
All right. Fantastic. Rosa, Joe is an excellent dancer. He's very precise. And he'll kind of talk to you. He'll kind of whisper in your ear as you're dancing. "I saw your performance. I did not expect to see an artist here in this small town."
That's why there's only one like me. But you must show me your dance moves because you look like you have all the rhythm and the moves, but how am I supposed to know? I just only met you.
Well, are you ready? Have you ever wanted to fly, Rosa?
Of course, it's a fantasy.
And he's going to pick you up by your waist and just kind of spin you around to the music.
Is he dirty dancing her?
I was just going to say, this is Dirty Dancing all over again, isn't it? I'm already wearing the white dress.
Oh gosh. Yeah, no, he's totally like spinning you around. It's like dirty square dancing.
Well, is anybody watching? Like, is it as majestic as it sounds?
Yes. I think it's probably pretty good. Let me just roll for Joe here. Expressing his love passionately, I think, is what he's doing. And he got an 8. So yeah, no, it's pretty good. He's got some moves.
Okay, is the dance over yet?
Yes, I think the music will come to an end, and more than a few pair of eyes are definitely turned your way, Rosa.
Okay, Joe. That was an amazing dance. What else do you have to say for yourself?
What else do I have to say?
You don't have to tell me anything, but if you want to, you can tell me.
Well, you must know a lot of people. You seem very popular.
Popular enough to be watched, but not popular enough to be told any secrets.
Oh, that's a shame. See, I came to town to see an old friend of mine, Ricardo. He and I go way back. I wonder if you, know anything about him.
I don't know much about him, but I know who he is. Do you need any help trying to find him?
Oh, I can see him. And you see his eyes flick to Michael and Ricardo on the dance floor. And you get you can kind of see a little twinge of something pass across his face.
Oh, you know what? How about I just bring you over to him right now? Have you seen him since you've been in town? Right over there.
No, we haven't seen each other in years. Oh gosh.
Now's the perfect time.
All right.
Let's go. Come on. And Rosa grabs his hand and they go towards Ricardo.
Okay. Ricardo and Michael are having they are definitely dancing. They're getting like into a tango situation. It's getting kind of hot. You see Ricardo's eyes kind of widen as they get closer. And I think that's where we're going to cut the scene and leave that little thread hanging. What are the rest of y'all getting up to?
I'm probably on like the sidelines. I've been trying to get a dance with the doctor, and like she's like, "Oh, Rosa's got him," and then I see them start to end, and I go, "Oh, she's taking him." Okay, like just kind of off to the side with my own drink, kind of following Angel wherever he goes, wherever they go.
I think Angel's getting busy, like doing a couple shots at the bar and just chatting with folks around. Maybe he buys a drink from Miss Betsy, just to, she doesn't really drink too much, but Angel knows that on occasion she will have a nice sherry.
She will tip her raise a tiny glass and just daintily sip.
And I think, is Doncia and Lainey off dancing, or where'd y'all go?
I think Aloncia, if Lainey does want to dance immediately, Aloncia was honestly too distracted to notice because she was watching Rosa across the room and just feeling this strange melancholy. She shouldn't be sad. This is a beautiful party, but watching Rosa dance, first with Ernesto and then with the doctor, it's almost more than she can bear. It's a strange feeling, so Aloncia will run outside to stand under the stars and weep softly and not draw too much attention to herself.
Oh. Adoncia, are you acting with desperation?
Am I acting with desperation or am I processing my feelings aloud right now?
Ooh, processing.
Right? These are both very excellent options. I think I am acting with desperation.
Okay.
Yes, I'm confused. I'm upset. I don't know what these feelings mean. And I just need to get away. I know I can't stand to watch Rosa be spun about like the beautiful princess she deserves to be. And I'm a terrible friend because it hurts my feelings to see her dance with the sexy doctor.
Adoncia, are you in over your head?
I am.
All right. Are you doing this for love?
Yes, I am.
Are you doing this for vengeance?
No.
Okay, so go ahead and roll your 2d6 and add 2.
Would those of us who are here be able to notice, especially if someone were, say, not busy dancing with anyone at the moment? Would they have been able to see Adoncia walk off?
I think so. I don't see where you weren't being subtle, right? You're being a little...
I'm not subtle, no. No. Like basically never. Oblivious, but not subtle. And I rolled a 2 and a 5, so then +2, so total 9.
Total of 9. So the situation that you're trying to avoid is seeing Rosa dancing with the doctor. So on the 9, I will give you a worse outcome or an ugly choice. So I think, this is a tough one. I think as you walk out of the, you like run out under the stars, looking to get away from these like lovebirds. It's so hard to see. You're going to run directly into a man you've never seen before. He is tall with kind of a white mustache. He's dressed in very fine clothes. And he has a monogrammed bolo tie with the letters JP. And he's wearing a large white hat. And he'll just look at you, tears in your eyes, and just, "What's the matter, darling?"
Oh, nothing. It's only that, well, I don't want to burden you.
Oh, no, do tell. Someone as pretty as you should not be crying on a night as beautiful as this. And yes, Ernesto, you are definitely seeing this.
Valencia is looking directly up. She's a petite woman looking directly up at this finely dressed mustachioed gentleman being so kind to her in the moonlight. And simply beside herself, so many feelings. Well, sir, it's only just that it's such a fine night for a dance, and while many of my friends have asked me to dance, I fear I'll never know. I'm embarrassed to say, I fear I'll never know true love.
True love. It's a beautiful thing. One as beautiful as you should be able to experience this. Well, I don't want to be old grandpappy about it, but true love doesn't just come out of the blue and ask you to dance. It's something that grows, something that bubbles up from the ground, something that just, you've got to work for it. What's your name?
Aloncia. What's yours?
They call me John Parks. But you can call me JP.
Very nice to meet you, JP. Thank you for listening to me. I know it's silly and I hate to take up your time.
No, not a bother at all. Now, I know you said lots of your friends asked you to dance. Has a stranger asked you to dance yet?
Well, one, but you see, he's in there dancing with someone very close to me.
I see. I see. Well, are you feeling a little jealous?
Oh, I don't know. I think to feel jealous, you have to believe that, well, that you're deserving of that kind of a dance. It was so magic to watch. I suppose maybe I was a little jealous, but oh, I'm so ashamed. I should be happy for my friend's happiness.
Anuncia, I'm a businessman. I see a lot of success. I see it come and I see it go, and I surround myself with successful people. And yeah, I see people earn their success and keep it. I see people lose it in that same day. But something that always stays with you is getting the upper hand. Now, doesn't it sound just a little delicious to go in there and maybe hand out a little jealousy to those who made you feel like this?
Well, oh, I don't know. I never really thought of myself as that type of girl.
Well,
Maybe a little.
this is me saying, will you dance with me?
Oh, well, JP, since you asked so kindly, and frankly, if you don't mind my saying, the tequila's got me feeling a little, well, a little more relaxed and open to new things. I'd be happy to.
And he'll extend a hand and invite you in for a dance.
Yes.
Okay.
the vocal shift between Adoncia and Friday is just chef's kiss.
Yeah, Friday's not as bashful as Adoncia.
Ernesto, or is this taking place outside? Because Ernesto could overhear it.
Oh yeah, you've seen this entire thing, Ernesto. If you'd like to butt in or make yourself known, please do. And Adoncia's exit was also not subtle, so Angel or Joaquin as well, you would probably have seen this whole exchange.
I'm going to ask if before the episode ends, there can be a moment where Ernesto and Adoncia have a conversation, but I'm not going to interrupt the flow.
Not even with a grabbed arm and a pull to the aside before she hits the dance floor?
Ernesto is the sort of person who enjoys watching things play out, especially because he heard some of the exchanges. So it's going to come back. It's going to come around full circle. Don't worry.
No doubt, no doubt. Already worried.
That's the right reaction.
I think Angel sees Andoncia run out, and they were about to go check on her, but also didn't want to leave Joaquin by himself at the bar because who knows what Joaquin would get up to if he was left alone.
Gotta babysit.
I mean, you've had 4 shots of tequila at this point. I mean, I might have to babysit. But who's counting? Anyways. What is Joaquin doing?
No, Joaquin would probably see Adoncia run out and have mixed feelings about whether he should comfort her or go to Lainey because she's been left, essentially.
Yeah, where is Lainey?
I think Lainey is kind of at the bar. She's got her beer. She's switched to beer, and is just kind of watching the banda. She looks a little unhappy. She also saw Adoncia run out.
Yeah, I think Angel's gonna elbow Joaquin and just tilt their head over to Lainey.
Yeah. Joaquin's gonna put down whatever glass he has onto the bar and walk over to. Hey, lady, I know Adoncia walked isn't the right. She ran out. This might not be much, but would you want to dance?
You want to dance with me?
Well, yeah, you're good folk, and I don't like seeing good folk sad.
Okay, that's real sweet. I'd love to. I'd love to dance. Yeah.
Okay.
And she'll take your hand and she'll start to like put her hand on your waist like she's leading and just sorry.
No, if you want, if you're at this point, you would probably be better at leading than me. So
Okay, yeah, of course. And she'll start leading you out onto the dance floor. And while you're dancing, she'll kind of do a little whisper in your ear. Hey, by the way, I was going to mention it on the carriage ride over, but I have a little. She looks around, notices that Miss Betsy is far away. It says, "Poker night, a little poker night that I have going. If you ever wanted to, you and any of the farmhands on Hell or anyone wanted to come by."
sure, man, it's been several years since I've played poker, but I think I still got it. I'd love to.
Oh yeah, you still got it?
I'd like to think so.
I'd love to see you play. This is going to be fun.
Yeah.
Thanks for dancing with me, Joaquin.
You're a lovely partner and a great lead. And after the dance, like, takes the hat and does the deep bow.
She'll do a deep curtsy and take out like a fan and kind of like do a little flutter. So it was very kind of you to dance with me, Joaquin, but you got to be honest. Who do you really want to dance with?
I don't know. I mean, everyone here's so nice and pretty. I'd be happy dancing with anyone.
Well, I hope you get the dance you deserve.
Oh.
You let me know if I can. You let me know if I can. Wingman for you or something.
He looks like slightly perplexed at the word wingman, and he goes, "Yeah, sure, anytime."
And Joaquin, I think at this point you and Lainey would both see Adoncia and JP coming into the barn. Yeah. Anel, what are you up to?
I think watching at this point, like they're just like leaned back against the bar, like tequila drink in hand. It's not even like a shot. It's like a sipping tequila, not like a shotty tequila. So sipping that and just watching everybody because everybody they plan to dance with is dancing or is off doing something else. So they're just sort of just enjoying the moment.
Well, you're about to get quite the show because Rosa has pulled our new doctor friend right over to the founding members of the town, Ricardo and Michael, who have stopped their tango to greet the newcomer. And Michael will kind of offer a hand, shake it, just like, "Michael Navarro, welcome to our town. It's wonderful to have a doctor. Rosa, thank you for introducing us. I've been looking forward to meeting you all day. Do you know Rosa from before?" And the doctor will just, "Oh no, we just met. But she's beautiful, isn't she?"
Oh, yes, I just got to meet the kind doctor. And by the way, he's an amazing dancer. And he also got to see me sing at the saloon earlier. Now that we have a doctor in town, do you have any questions or want to get to know each other?
Michael's actually, yeah, I do have some questions. I've been hearing about some new techniques. I've been reading newspapers out of San Antonio. I'd love to talk with you sometime. He kind of claps a hand on Joe's back and starts like walking, like bro walking him away toward the bar, and you just see Ricardo like let out like a.
What's up, Ricardo?
Nothing, no reason. Just winded from dancing. Hi, Rosa. So I heard you performed.
Yeah, why weren't you there?
I was working. I had to clean the barn. Look at it. It's spotless.
I forgive you, I understand, and it does look great. I'm gonna have to let you go though, because I do have to check on my friend. Are you gonna be okay?
Of course, of course.
Okay. Rosa goes to find Alencia now.
Okay.
And I think as Rosa's walking away, I think Anhel's close enough to like see the interactions and see the uncomfortableness. And I kind of want to do, what is it called? Try to spot something out of place.
Yeah. Spot something out of place. So, Angel, have you been intimate with the person that you're trying to spot something out of place with recently?
I mean, Ricardo's my cousin, so like kind of.
Okay. All right.
I know them well enough. No, not that way, but like I know them. Like,
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. Are you free of other distractions?
I'm not dancing with anybody. I'm drinking if that's a distraction, but I don't think it is.
I wouldn't say so. And for your playbook question, are you handling things with guile and head on?
Ooh. You know, no. I don't know about I don't know about head on, but
You're kind of slipping right into this. So
Yeah.
maybe go ahead and roll +2.
+2, okay. Actually, guile is sly or cutting intelligence, so maybe with guile. Because I'm just like, what's going on over there?
All right. So yeah, go ahead and roll +3.
Okay. Eight.
Okay. With an 8, you can ask 2 questions. And then I get to ask you a question as Ricardo. So you ask how does your character feel? How does Ricardo feel about blank? What is Ricardo planning? How could I get Ricardo to blank? What does Ricardo have of value or use? And what is your character hoping to get from Ricardo?
I want to see how Ricardo feels about Joe.
Okay.
Because there was something that was just there.
You kind of remember Ricardo saying something to you at one point about an ex betraying him.
Ooh.
And you saw that betrayal flash across his face.
Oof. And is it what are you planning or what is Ricardo planning? Like what is the
what is Ricardo planning?
What is Ricardo planning?
Right now the wheels are turning to get out of it. To get out of this situation as quickly as possible. He's looking for a quick exit. And I think he gets to ask you one. So he wants to know how he could get Angel to help him out of this bad situation.
All right. I also get another one from Size Up, which is a move I took.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah. What is Ricardo trying to hide? Like, is he just like emotion wise, I guess, or like what is he trying to hide in general?
Michael doesn't know.
Yeah. So answering your question though, I think Angel will lock eyes with Ricardo and do like a head nod to like get him to come over.
He'll walk over kind of slowly, sipping, trying to look nonchalant, but you can see his hand is shaking a little bit.
Yeah. have another thing of tequila like from the bar. I think it's open bar. That's what I'm just gonna go with.
Yeah, I think this town needed a party, and it's all out.
Yeah. And so I think what's my character's name? Angel. I blinked for a second. Angel's gonna pass over like a little shot of tequila and just like you're not addressing anything yet, letting Ricardo have a moment and have the drink. And once if Ricardo does slam it, looks at them is like, Primo, problems, huh?
Yeah. I never thought I'd have to see him again. He'll slam the drink. He cheated me. He cheated me out of money. I almost lost everything. I almost lost the startup for this ranch. If I hadn't met Michael and he taught me how to do, the business side of things, I would have been, I don't know, shoveling coal somewhere cold.
Was this before Michael or during Michael?
Before.
Okay.
But Michael doesn't know. He can't know.
No. I mean, like, I don't think, I don't know, he was asking for you earlier, so that could make sense now. I was going to say, he probably doesn't, he came into the bar earlier and asked about you. Actually came into the town saying he was looking for you.
No. Well, I don't know what he could be looking for. I don't have any more money for him to take. Well, I guess I do now, but oh shit.
What?
I don't know. That's what he does. He swoops in. He makes you feel like you're, I don't know, so special, and runs off with your cash. I don't know. He's a bandit, but somehow now he's a doctor. I don't know. I don't know how he does it.
Oh, so he's not actually a doctor?
I don't know. Maybe.
Oh. If I only knew more questions to ask about doctoring stuff.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that. What can we do? How can we get him out of here? We need to get him to leave town. The quicker, the better.
You know what? Hold on. And Angel's gonna take that little letter that came out that he was holding in his pocket. And he's gonna look for like an inkwell, a pen, something. Whatever they have in this time frame somewhere.
I think there's probably something behind the bar. Like they can duck into an office area in the barn. There's probably a place where they do paperwork.
Yeah. I think that, just maybe alter the envelope just slightly to say that the letter was coming to Joe.
Ooh.
This is such a big brain move.
Oh my gosh. I want to make it a roll, but I don't know
which one to do. I know.
Manipulate a superior?
I mean, it can.
I'm going to chime in that maybe the person making the roll wouldn't be Angel, but actually the doctor to spot something out of place.
Or maybe this is an accuse someone of lying roll, but later.
Ooh, yeah.
Way later.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you're well, let's just have you do a flat roll, and you're acting with guile, so go ahead and add a +1. Let's just see how well this looks.
Okay.
Just for flavor.
Ooh. 12.
12. It's a perfect fit.
It's all the tequila. It was this big brain moment. That's why I have it. On LSD and the drinks are like, wait, I have this thing.
What do you write? Do you just change it to be from Joe, or do you add anything to it?
Oh, I know his last name too, Joe Sanchez, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. And with that 12, you can just add stuff if you want.
Yeah. I think no. Maybe. Nah, I think just changing the name on the front was probably good enough. Because it could have been going to someone else, but I think it's edited just enough to say Joe Sanchez on it. Like, just.
I love it. A letter that wants to take down Ernesto's bank and buy the beautiful land that we're sitting on. Now signed by Joe Sanchez rather than the mysterious letters. J.
Oh, no. So clarification, it was JP's letter to Joe.
Oh, JP's letter to Joe.
Yeah. So they're in it together.
Yes.
So if someone told Ernesto or it comes up, then
gotcha. In cahoots. You see your cousin just let out like a you always know what to do, Angel. Brilliant. Do you want another drink?
Always. Another double tequila.
Double.
Where are we leaving this thing?
You know, everybody knows I work with the post service occasionally. Do I just hand it to Ernesto?
You know who loves drama? Your coworker, Nena. Nena, she knows.
But Nana, I don't trust her. She's got too loose lips.
That's fair. Okay. You handle this yourself. I trust you. Oh, I can't wait to see him run out of town.
We'll take care of you. We got you.
Who's JP?
Oh. Beats me. I don't know.
Well,
because I think Anhel got busy with all that while they're walking back in. So it's just like a passing ships in the night sort of situation.
I think JP and Adoncia swoop by as Angel leaves the office back into the party on the dance floor.
I feel like that was like a who's JP? Oh, I don't know. Oh, pardon me, sir. JP
doesn't even look up, just sees there's a gentleman in the way, doesn't even look at the bolero. Like,
just keeps missing the signs.
Mm-hmm.
So the night starts to heat up, the doors fly open, the drinks are flowing, it's getting later and later, the young families with the kids have all left. You see like a large group of kids all waving goodbye to their school teacher, Carl, just like, bye, we'll see you at school. Even more cake piled up as well-wishers, and also like envelopes with like dollars, and you see like homemade pies left, just the whole town turning out. Yeah. Anyone else want to jump in?
So at this point, Ernesto he's dancing with some of las solteras in the town, and it's partway while he's dancing that he has a very fun little encounter, because there is somebody at this party that he hasn't really gotten to interact with much. So imagine his surprise when he bumps into Joaquin on the dance floor. Ernesto looks at his twin and just smiles. There's something almost warm there, almost. to people who don't know Ernesto that well, it's almost like he's genuinely happy. But instead, like to people who do know him well, this is a much colder sort of smile. It's the sort of smile that he makes when he sees a new mark at the bank. And he greets his brother with a warm hello.
Oh yeah, no. As soon as they bump into each other, Joaquin immediately turns around and goes, "Sorry," and then sees it's you.
Ernesto just looks over at Joaquin and he's like, "Joaquin, how are you doing today?"
I got tequila coursing through me at a party. I'm great.
Ernesto just like quietly chuckles and he looks at you as like, "That's good to hear. I'm sure that you and your friends have been making the rounds, but is there anyone that you are looking to spend a little bit of extra time with? You know that you need to be brave. You're not exactly the sort to talk out all that much."
I'm not sure about extra time. I danced with Lainey. I've just been having fun. I haven't gotten my dance with Adoncia or the doctor yet.
Ernesto hears that you are wanting to dance with the doctor, and he smiles wildly. Not wildly, he smiles widely. This time it's a genuine smile because that explains the mistake from earlier. He's like, "Well, if you want to go ahead and dance with the doctor, I can go ahead and walk you over to him. It might not be a bad idea for us to explain his confusion. He did that thing that a few people have done where they think I'm you, which led to a very funny interaction where he accused me of being a farm boy."
But you don't have calluses on your hand. How can you be a farm boy?
Listen, I thought that it was sweet. It was a sign that he remembered you. And I mean, it might be funny. I think that we all could laugh. Would you like to go and talk to him right now? Or are you still feeling a little bit shy?
I don't think I'm being shy. Yeah, we can talk to him.
All right. And then I'm gonna say that Ernesto, assuming that Joaquin doesn't like pull away, Ernesto pulls Joaquin's arm into his, and he walks over to where the doctor is with just the like most shit-eating grin possible on his face.
Joe is still with Michael, and Michael is just talking his ear off about some medicinal something that he read about in the paper, and Joe's just like, drinking a beer, and he will kind of look up at the two of you, just complete confusion.
At this point, Ernesto is going to stay in control of the situation, guiding it with a deft touch, and he's going to go and say, "Hello, Joe. I believe that you've met both me and my brother. I just wanted to go ahead and clear the air and allow the two of you to have your dance."
Oh, well, of course. Joaquin, I didn't know. I'm so sorry. I thought I was talking to you earlier. This is embarrassing. There's you have a twin brother.
Apparently.
Oh, I must know this story. I'm so sorry, Michael. I'll have to hear more about this later. Joaquin and I have a dance. Thank you. I mean, goodbye. Nice to meet you.
Ernesto is going to wink at the doctor, and then he's going to let his brother go, and he's going to wait until Adoncia and JP are done with their little dance.
Okay. Joaquin, how are you going about your dance? Are you leading? You following? What are your intentions with this dance?
At this point, I think the alcohol has hit where it's just like everything feels fuzzy. So, he's gonna let the doctor let Joe lead because he probably doesn't. He can't. It's like that, like kind of like watching a toddler. The feet don't go where they're supposed to. So he's like, I've had a bit much. Could you lead?
Of course, no problem. And he'll kind of swoop you up in the same way that you had seen him swoop Rosa earlier, and not like lift you up, dirty square dancing style, but there are definitely spins and twirls that are happening. He'll notice your feet being a little off kilter, and then he'll stick to more of a conservative waltz, but very close, very close. This is what we're probably dancing. Is like, so how was your first day in town? Confusing. I've met you twice. Well, it's good. It's small town. I'm glad that they have dances like this. Does it happen often?
Us getting confused? I just arrived not too long ago myself, and I didn't know about my brother either. So.
Oh, really? Huh. How did that happen?
I'm not really sure. I don't know I didn't know my parents, our parents, I guess.
That sounds like a hard thing to reckon with.
Yeah, it's an interesting experience going around, knowing someone else has your face. Granted, his face usually looks a lot meaner than mine, so.
Joe kind of chuckles. I'm sorry. I'm glad you said it and not me. Both very nice faces, though. Very nice faces.
I mean, it's the ones we've got.
As you dance, I'll just kind of ask you more about the town, ask you more about the people. You don't seem to notice, but he's asking like a lot of detail, like what people like to do with their day, where people stay, where people live. Like he's really kind of taking the reins and just getting as much information as he possibly can. Can you roll something to spot something out of place? To see if you can tell he's being shady.
Yeah, so. Would I add anything, or would it just be the two?
Have you been intimate with him recently?
Not beyond the dance, so.
And are you free of other distractions?
I would be, yeah. I would just, very track-minded, so, yeah.
Okay, and are you taking advantage of your twin's reputation?
Maybe to an extent that he's not as nice as me.
I think so.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll with that +2.
+2. So that is 8.
Okay, so you can ask 2 of those questions. The how does Joe feel about blank? What is Joe planning? How can I get Joe to blank? What does Joe have of value or use? And what is Joe hoping to get from you?
Okay, so I'll ask Joe what he plans to do in town aside from being the doctor, if there was anything personal.
Just catching up with some old friends, and his eyes flick over to Ricardo. You also see him kind of side eye the man in white that is dancing with Adoncia. Just for a second.
And what kind of history do you have with Ricardo?
Sordid, I'm sure. No, don't tell him I said that. It's all in the past. All in the past.
You don't act like it's in the past.
Well, sometimes there's loose ends that you just need to tie up. You know what I mean?
Kind of glance at Ernesto. Yeah, I get that.
Say, we're both new in town. I wonder if we can help each other.
Help each other how?
You want to get to know your brother better, don't you?
I maybe wouldn't say that quite yet, but...
What do you want, Joaquin?
You know, to be honest, I don't really know.
Well, if you ever need someone to talk to, I'll be setting up shop next to City Hall. Your mayor's got me a room there that I can do my work out of. Come by anytime.
Oh, but you're easy to find, at least.
Certainly.
And we'll do the not bow like he did with Lainey, but do the hat tip at the end of the dance.
Reciprocate. Okay. What's everyone else doing as our episode starts to wind and twirl towards its close?
Well, Rosa was trying to find Adoncia.
And Adoncia never really 100% took her eyes off of Rosa, as she and JP are really dancing to try to make Rosa a little bit jealous.
So after Rosa left the town owners, she went on a journey to look for Adoncia. Even though she was clearly there on the dance floor, she just made it a little bit harder for herself by looking in other places at the party. So she notices Adoncia across the room on the dance floor, dancing with JP. And after dealing with many people that night that she wasn't really interested in talking to, and also had to be the extra person to make other people socialize, she never got to have any fun herself. So she wants to talk about this with Adoncia, and eventually finds Adoncia on the dance floor and goes up and interrupts the dance with JP. Excuse me, I need to talk to my friend. May I have this dance?
Well, JP, thank you. You've been very kindly.
Adoncia, it's been a pleasure. I would hate to jeopardize or take up your whole evening. Besides, I'm finding myself mighty thirsty. You have a lovely night, ma'am.
And you enjoy your visit. Adoncia makes very big, moony eyes at Rosa. She's not very good at hiding her feelings or being coy. She thinks she's being coy, but she's doing a terrible job.
Adoncia, I've been trying to find you everywhere. Did you have a good time dancing tonight?
Well, I did, thank you. You know how I love a little dance. I will say I think that cake was a bit too rich for me. I'm not used to fine foods, but I'm having a lovely time nonetheless. You seem to be enjoying yourself greatly.
Well, to be honest, it looked like I was enjoying myself, but that doesn't mean that I actually was. I would have had rather been hanging out with you all night.
Oh,
I mean, when I saw that other people were asking you to the dance, I kind of got a little bit sad because I really wanted to be here with you. But I understand we have to have friends, and I really cherish our friendship and all the time that we do get to spend together. And I don't want to be selfish with that time.
Oh, I cherish you too. I mean, our friendship. You look lovely tonight. Would you maybe like to take a little walk outside? My head feels a little light and fuzzy. I could use some air.
Yes, let's get you out of this barn. You've probably been spinning for hours dancing with all those other people. Let's go outside. Click, clack, click, clack.
You spin by, you walk by all these dancing pairs, people leaving together. It's a very romantic evening. The big sky doesn't seem to end.
Oh my goodness, it's so late tonight. Would you like to wear my scarf? Are you cold? Let me give it to you. Here, take it. Just take it.
Well, thank you. Won't you get cold? Would you, like, my arm?
I'll take your arm. I won't be cold because I have the hot Latinx fire in my blood.
Well, and I've had several tequilas, so I think we're on the same level there.
Good. Well, I'm glad that we got to get outside and get some fresh air. I just feel like I haven't been able to talk to you all day. What's new? What's going on?
Oh, new. Nothing. Well, Rosa, I must admit, you're my closest friend, and I don't like to keep anything from you. I've been feeling, well, a little funny tonight.
Funny? Like how? Are you sick?
Not in any way like a flu or a cold. I think maybe a little heartsick.
Who hurt you? I'll get them for you. I'm going to fight them.
Oh, Rosa, you always take such care of me. I feel like you're the only one who really sees any real worth in me, even though I come from the streets and I'm just a lowly bartender.
Listen, you are not lowly, and you are deserving of love, and you have my love.
Rosa, I would like to express my love passionately. I'd like to grab Rosa's hands and look deep into her eyes and lean in ever so slightly and say with my body and my eyes and my breath that I long for her.
Gasp in Spanish.
Azancia, are you dressed to impress? We know you are.
Oh, yes.
Does Rosa believe that you are single?
Yes.
And are you in over your head?
I think I am.
Roll +3.
Yes. 9. That's my number.
Oh, you hit.
On a hit, your target gives themselves to you or reveals a secret they shouldn't. Rosa, are you okay with that?
Yes.
Are we revealing a secret or are you giving yourself to me?
I'm going to reveal a secret.
Ooh.
Adoncia, you didn't even know this, but I've been in love with you the whole time, and I never wanted to ruin our friendship. But I can't stand not being without you for even a single second.
Oh, Rosa, you don't know how happy you've made me.
Oh, come here.
Oh, I'll come here. Yeah.
And as their lips as their beautiful faces come near to each other and their lips reach out to kiss, the camera pans up to the wide Texas sky, the music swells, and the credits begin to roll. And all the abuelas on the couch are like, no, let's kiss! And that's where we're going to pick up next week. Wow! Oh my gosh, first episode! Thank you all so much for joining us, and thank you so much for supporting our fundraiser. We love you. Oh my gosh. Thank you. We express our love passionately to you. I'd love for the cast to go around. Tell us who you are. Tell us where we can find you. Let's start with Joaquin.
Hi, I'm Monroe. My pronouns are he, they. I play Joaquin, our resident golden retriever himbo. And y'all can find me on Twitter at Monroe98, where I am a game designer, writer, editor, and sensitivity reader.
Mo, do you want to hop in there?
Yeah, I can hop in there. Hey, I'm Mo. I go by they, she pronouns. You can find me on all the socials at Selena Bezos. I do a lot of actual plays as well, writing, sensitivity consulting. It's easier just to follow me on the Twitters and just find out what I do from there. Yeah.
And I'm Friday, playing Adoncia, perpetually wide-eyed and over her head and having feelings all over the place, like true disaster queer. So thank you all for playing with me on that one. That was the most fun I've had in ages. You can also find me here on Twitchykins, which I don't regret saying, but it was not on purpose, at Friday Afternoon Tea, where I mostly do really wholesome tea content, guided meditations and plant geekery and crafting streams and things like that. You can find me in my professional life as Friday Afternoon Tea, purveyor of tea for nerds, and in my personal life, my blog exploring concepts of death and fiction over at Friday Elliott.
Hi, everyone. I am Luciano Joshua Gonzalez Vega. I play everyone's favorite baddie, Ernesto. I am having so much fun with this role, but I promise in real life, I'm a very nice person. I mostly do writing. I handle social media for a number of organizations, and I write freelance. I hope that everyone has had a wonderful night. And I can't wait until next week when we get to see how I get to sink this ship.
Hello, everyone. My name is Reese. I am the co-host and co-founder of TTRPG. Thank you so much for tuning into our channel. We have a lot coming up. This is our first episode of Pasión de las Pasiones, but we also have a talk show that happens at the last Sunday of every month. As long as many other things that are upcoming, please be sure to follow me and Nikki through TTRPG at TTRPG_. And you can follow me personally on Twitter at Miss Reese1.
And thank you all again so much for joining us. My name is Christina Sisto-Kindle, and I'm the director. You can find me on Twitter at D20Xtina. You can find me on Itch and on Twitch as Xtina Smash. And you can find me here on TTRPG next Tuesday for more Pasión. So I hope you join us to find out what happens next. TTRPG has some more fantastic content coming your way this week. Double Date Night is this Friday at 6 p.m. PST, and then Summer Farm starts on July 12th at 11 p.m. PST. They're playing Stardew Valley, which is awesome, wholesome content. Y'all should tune in. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. So thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for donating. Hasta luego. See you next time.
Hasta luego.